Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again. In case you're interested in how this all turned out, no need to scream and shout. We'll show you what it's all about, right? Okay. Um, Users will now get the PRDs they can confidently hand to Replit developers for successful app build. In case you're just now joining me, in order to catch up with what's going on and what we're talking about, you will have to watch the video that preceded this one, because actually I cannot spend a whole bunch of time trying to go back. But the other video at the end, especially, you'll see how we came up with the specific, read what this is saying, the specific verbiage in order to create what should be deemed as the perfect PRD, which is a project requirements document used in order to create an app. Not just any app, but an excellent app. I'm so dramatic. All right, but let's see. Let's see. First of all, this should give us, let me go back and make sure I refresh this just in case I need to. Let me finish this real quick. Sorry. Now let's go back to business, okay? I have refreshed this. On this channel, you're going to learn how to use Replit. Let's see. Now, should I sign in and sign up? Let me sign in. Let's see if my sign in works. I don't think it's going to work. So this is an issue that I have to address. I forgot to do so earlier. Forgot to tell Replit, hey man. Oh, no, I guess it works now. Okay. So let me just show you since I'm here. But now let me go back to home and actually use this thing. Well, this will be interesting on how I'm handling this. Maybe I should have it so the admin does not have to pay. Yeah, of course. All right, so here's how this works. I explained it more in my earlier video, but right now we're just going to use the system. If you have an app idea, you can put in an app idea and it's going to evaluate it. All right, let me put in an actual app that I created. I haven't even told you all about. I have an app, that app idea. Okay, that is used for creating unique content. It will write articles about current events, blog posts, or suggested topics, or video scripts, or anything, really. But what makes it unique is the spin, or should I say no spin, it puts on these writings. Now, I don't know how much of the sauce I want to give you guys, but in order for this to give me an accurate feedback, I guess it needs to know the sauce. But either way, you can't duplicate what I've created anyway. So I gave many examples for it to use, but most people are biased in some way. This is designed to force people to observe these issues written about from various usually opposing perspectives, giving them the ability to to see issues from another's perspective and based on their experiences. Man, not writing all this again. Matter of fact, I already got something written down just because of this reason. Oh, let's see. Build a mobile app on a domain which serves as lead gen based on the concept of the domain at press of a button. Great concept. Here's what we found. Our app idea has strong potential. Here's our analysis and what to expect after payment. Revolutionize the domain flipping market by turning every $10 domain into a potential gold mine. Who knew names could have such hidden depth? Empower digital real estate moguls to build an empire with just a few taps. Blah, blah, blah. Meet the ambitious. What to expect after payment. A deep dive into the mystical realm of domain valuation. Spoiler, it involves more than just catchy names. Create monetization strategies that can turn your digital real estate into a lucrative venture. Think less garage sale and more Sotheby's auction. Sotheby's auction, okay. All right, let's go. You can play with this and do your own thing if you want to. If you go on a challenge with us, you'll have free access to it. Oh, all right. And so here it gives you an idea. This is a name or how it categorizes the app idea. Telling you you have a $2,000 credit after unlock. The timeline is blacked out. Platform recommendation is blacked out. Which you can tell it what platform you want it built for, but if you leave it blank, then it's going to recommend a platform based on what the app is about. And that's based on the demographics or the type of people who are likely to be your TAM, total addressable market of the app, if that makes sense. Now, it costs $5 to get this extensive report, but you can get around that $5 charge by simply sharing the app and having one person to sign up to use the app. And guess what? It unlocks this for free. So we're going to, by the way, this is how you can use it right now. You just put in fake emails. Shh, don't tell nobody though. Because right now, while it's still in beta, it's not actually going to send the email. But once you fill that in, it is simply going to pretend that it's good and it's going to send it. Now, okay, yeah. Okay, so this is giving you some more feedback. Key features, domain name evaluation, blah, 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 recommendations, market viability, the market for this, let's call it niche, but with potential cult-like followings among digital hustlers. I see that. That's why I came up with the idea. Now here you see you can request rapid development if you want to go ahead and get this thing built for you. But if you want to try it yourself, here is a complete PRD and do-it-yourself development guide. This is the grand finale. This is what I just spent. This you'll see it in another video. This is what I just spent a long time going back and forth, iterating between Replit and GPT on producing. Drum roll, please. Let's see what we got. Domain flipping is the app builder. All right. This is how come I know this is not implemented. Copy the PRD properly is because it should ask me some questions about the app. Well, unless I answer them thoroughly, I'll ask Replit though. Temporarily development preview, and these links are not for public use. Deploy your app for secure sharing or to use the invite link. Oh, well, maybe it's not going to work once I deploy it. It don't say how many weeks here. Blank weeks. Okay. Yeah, let's ask Replit. Hey, you didn't ask me any questions about the app. It's supposed to ask me questions. Pro tip: try Replit for DIY development. So I'm recommending Replit because this is what I'm using right now to build an app, and this is what I've had the most success with. And the way that it's going to produce this PRD, which this is not exactly it yet right now, is specifically designed for Replit, although I've already had that conversation with Bolt, and it is similar in nature of what it said to give it in order to get the best results in coding your app. So they're pretty close cross-platform. At least I know Replit and Bolt is, and I assume that Lovable is also, in which they don't want you to micromanage it and try to give it too technical. For instance, call the database tables this. They don't want that. I'm not 100% sure Lovable, but I know Replit and Bolt don't want that for a fact. At least that's what each one of them told me. But let's go back because this PRD didn't ask, Replit didn't ask me any questions for this PRD. So I need to ask it. So we're going to ask it as soon as this is, see it says optimizing agent memory. I'm just going to wait until it says agent is ready. I'm analyzing the current state. Oh, okay. I don't know how come it stopped, but perfect. I've implemented your new PRD successfully. All right. Yeah, let's. Or would you like me to make any adjustments? The system now generates Replit-friendly PRDs using business language that non-technical users can understand and confidently hand to developers. Should we test it by generating a sample PRD? Yes. Yes. Let's test it. Generating a sample PRD. All right, so maybe I jumped the gun, like I said. Of course, it didn't ask. I'm still got to go through the questions. And let me generate a quote using the new system. See how this thing is going through these steps? It's amazing. Let me manually generate the PRD content to show you exactly how the new template works. I'll create a sample PRD using the data from our test quote. Where's the quote? So I guess it's internal. These are the different levels. The PRD success. Oh, this is it right here. Key improvements you'll notice. Business friendly. Oh, we ain't started yet. Replit optimization, clear replit compatibility notes. Your affiliate link prominently featured. Perfect structure. I'm not doing that. Replit is doing that. Restart the application window. Oh. Huh. Let's see how this works. Yeah, it didn't mean to, it didn't mean do it like that. It meant do it like this, I suppose. Okay, right here. Maybe, I don't know. What do I know? Maybe not. I'm so glad. Did I say? Oh, I need to tell it to not get rid of this window. If I click out here, this window is gone. You need to only leave once you click that X. Oh, this is digital moguls with single tap. All right. Get my development quote. Here we go. Got the drum roll. Got one more click after this one. Now to unlock it, we're going to put in 3 emails. And here is an analysis. Let's see the full PRD. Again, robust backend. I mean, it's giving us, start with a focus MVP that evaluates the domain. Consider partnership with domain. Let's mark it. Ready to build? This PRD provides everything. Let me make sure. Let me see if this is what it's talking about. I don't think this is what it's talking about. I think it's getting lost somewhere. I am about to paste the PRD that I see. I don't think this is the complete PRD. For one, it didn't ask me any questions before generating. Two, it looks exactly the way it did before to me. Kind of lacking. But I don't know. You tell me. Here it is. Can we get a drum roll? Well, you see, is working there, is reviewing the message. Let's see what kind of response it comes up with. Considering options, determining the next steps. Love this feedback here. Keeps you in the loop with what's going on. You don't have to wonder if things are happening. You see in real time that we're going through a process and it's getting closer to giving you a response. Considering options, determining, although it's rotating through the same lines, it still means there's something happening behind the scenes and you're not left out in the dark about whether or not there's anything going on. You clearly see that something is going on unless it's autopilot, in which case you have been successfully deceived. 2 minutes and counting. But this is a lot. It's a lot to go through. Somewhat of a complex situation when you think about it. It is evaluating your app idea, then determining to what degree to ask you the questions. Well, first, and then determining based on your app ID how to organize what you stated in such a way that it can pass off to a developer in order to create your vision. And how many questions do we ask him to, but not run him away? Uh, to get any additional information in order to paint a more vivid and brilliant picture of what it is that they're trying to create from their idea, so that I can produce a document that could be used to give to a developer or Replit in another instance by another user. And then how do I put that in that document on the response page generated from my evaluation of this app that they just wrote about? It's a lot. It's a lot, you know. So what if it's 3 minutes and counting? How long would it have taken you and me to figure out the coding necessary in order to achieve the same thing? Not 3 minutes, not 3 hours. For me, probably 3 days. Maybe you're quicker at it. You're absolutely right. This is the old PRD format, not the new template we just implemented. The issue is that the PRD page still got used. It's still using the old generate PD PRD content function instead of calling out our new AI powered generate lit. Oh, Replit PRD function. Oh my God, it's a claim name to it. Um, I see the issue. The page is still using the old static template instead. And that's another lesson for you to learn. You do have to pay it, just because there's no code, you still have to pay attention and still need to use critical thinking skills. You're still going to rely on your memory to a great degree, and it's a good thing to exercise your memory because it's good. It's easy to get caught up in such tools as these, and even your cell phone. We don't have to remember numbers anymore nowadays, so it's good to take exercise your memory from time to time. So just be mindful and aware that you're going to have to stay sharp and pay attention in order to get the most usefulness out of this. Because if you were to sit there and missed all that and assume that what you saw as an output was the new representation of what you were expecting as opposed to the old thing, the same old thing, then you would have been woefully misled. And the user who would get this report would have been disappointed and improperly prepared in order to go to Replit and have his or her vision created right before their very eyes. So, aren't you very lucky to witness this experience? Oh, I seen some red. Scary. I need to remove the old static content that is still in the file. Do what you have to do, Replit. It's okay. We're just sitting here patiently, you know. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, every time I see red, I have PTSD from Bolt. Let me stop messing with Bolt. I need to stop messing with Bolt until I watch this video right here. So if you use Bolt, I like Bolt. But I think I need to watch this video because I think I was skipping some steps. The reason I kept seeing all this red. Go to the tutorials, click on database. Click on database. I think this is the missing piece that I can't wait to actually watch this and follow it to see if this correct some of the issues that I've been having in Bolt. However, this could be written in the, I ain't gonna say that. Maybe I overlooked it. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it told me and I ignored it. Zooming. But it's interesting because, like creating specific tables, I didn't have to do that in Firebase with Replit. Now, you can use Firebase with Bolt, but I specifically asked, why do you recommend Superbase over Firebase? And it says because we're so seamlessly integrated with Superbase, it works so well together. That's why we recommend. That can't be the reason because unless Firebase wouldn't work the same way with Bolt as it does with Replit, and maybe not. The different platforms could be written differently. The integration is it varies probably in how they communicate with each other. So maybe Firebase with Replit is hard. I mean, with Bolt is harder to do to use together. So maybe Superbase is easier to use together than Firebase and Bolt is. Agent is paused. See, I knew I didn't pause the agent. Can you test the PRD functionality by going to and unlock quote and trying the new? Okay, yeah, we'll do that. But that still that doesn't take away the fact that Replit with Firebase is a lot easier than Bolt with Superbase, in my humble opinion. I digress. Let's try this out. See, I clicked off the screen. It can't be doing that because people are not going to know to have this saved so they can paste it. They're going to be typing in there for an hour and then click off the screen and boom, it's gone. All right, I'm getting closer. Click on develop my app. Can we get a drum roll? Very hustle. Look. Mm-hmm. There we go. Let's see. Did it initiate? Okay, there we go. It's asking me questions. Now we're getting here. What problem is this app solving? I forgot. Oh, um, it. Oh, okay. I love the example there. It is. It will help non-techies and people with people who are not as creative buy domains and create something of value. Be able to buy domains and create something of value as the app will evaluate. Well, I don't need to do all that. You already know that. Letting AI do the heavy lifting of thinking of best uh, mon- monetization strategies based on domain name, then create the app for the domain on its own. Voila! What is the main thing the user should be able to do on the app? Shoot. Key in a domain name, select from monetization ideas, have an app created on the domain. By the app. Do users log in or is it public? Users have accounts and log in. Users public access, no login required. And see here, this is, I told it to do it this way because some people may not know how to answer this. And frankly, some might be lazy, but you don't want to be lazy. If you actually have answers for these questions and you ignore it, then you're not going to get the best results. But users have accounts. Let's go. Now, with users having accounts and logging in, it takes the app to another level. This document, okay, yeah. See, this is good. Evaluation tool. You could take this, access training modules, learn about AI techniques for boosting domain value, review and track progress, platform recommendations, Replit compatibility. The app is designed to function seamlessly on Replit, a platform ideal for collaborative rapid development. Replit's environment supports the required features, ensuring efficient deployment updates. Matter of fact, I'm just not thinking about this. Development tips. Start building on Replit. Excellent. So this is a PRD. You could, theoretically, you could just copy this. It should tell you, but common sense. You should copy this and click on Start with Replit. It'll take you over to Replit. Let me show you. Copy that. It's gonna take you right on over to Replit. You just paste that right up in here, and you start building your app. How crazy is that? All right, so let's go back. It's beautiful. It works wonderfully well. Now, what else I want to tell it to do? This is wonderful. Hey, this is why we're using Replit as of right now. Now, once I make sure that both, if this video corrects my experience with Bolt, then I will go back and I will tell the AI to determine, based on what the app is, whether Replit is better or Bolt is better. And then eventually I will add Lovable, and then I will eventually add Base 44, and let the AI choose which platform to use to try to DIY the app. But for now, it ignored that part. All right. All right, so that is working beautifully. Replit is giving me an excellent PRD now. Thank you very much for helping me work through that. So now what I need is instructions to give Replit, to give the AI to, well, let me ask you this. Now I want to see it myself. What process, what is the best process to use, or what information would you access in order to properly assign to properly determine how much it will cost to complete an app, to complete an app? Cause I do them, but I don't know how to price them. And by the way, a something to consider. Um, this could actually be used for $5 because we're about to perfect this right now. For $5, you can use this to basically just help you determine how much to charge a person or company or business to create an app for them. You just describe the app that you are supposed to be creating and get the complete PRD. This is amazing. I like this thing. Oh, I'm just talking, waiting for a response, and I ain't even submitted it. But yeah, you can use this to help you do quotes for apps. I should say, matter of fact, maybe I'll say, ask if if the user would like a printout, an itemized printout of the quote. Well, you already can get it. Oh, I know what I'll say. Oh, I could say a PRD with the itemized quote or without, or something like that. We'll see. Screen pages. So this is the itemized cost breakdown time. Well, you can get a copy of this page. Matter of fact, there you go. You already can get it. Export the summary. You can take this page and give it right to them. 47 minutes. I'm about to cut this thing short soon. 5:40. I got work to do. I got other stuff to do. What happened? Okay. Just getting worried about your chat GPT.
Any name works, and then allow a certain operation under certain conditions. Such certain operation plus certain condition is called a policy, and that's the really important part. Basically, a database can allow creating, what's called inserting in the database world, reading, called selecting, updating and deleting. It is crucial to make sure all these policies are defined. For instance, I've often seen that there was only the select policy, and in that case I'd nudge Bolt to make sure the policies for editing, deleting, etc. are there. Okay, with that lecture out of the way, we can proceed. Let's copy the query and go to supabase.com. Here, after you create a free account, you'll have to create an organization. Any name works. And then a new project. I'll call it Notes app. At this point, Supabase prepares the project.
Oh my
When the
goodness.
project is ready, the most important piece of information we'll need to bring back to Bolt will be down here, but
How many screen pages? Login, dashboard, profile settings, what major features? Login payment, upload, chatbot, analytics. Are there external integrations? Are there admin to, oh, let me ask it. Let me ask it this. This can be automated from the PRD you already have. A GPT can scan it and extract core functionality, number of feature components, external integrations, authorize or user logic, complexity of user interface. This answers how many people do we need for how long? Okay. GPT prompt, you can feed Replit or ChatGPT. Here's a prompt you can use to generate cost breakdown from a PRD. Based on this PRD, give me an estimate cost to build. All right, so let's see. How would this cycle back? I can give this to Replit very easily. The challenge is, see how this is presented before, well, I guess the PRD is already made. All right, so now I'll go back and ask Replit. And one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this PRD and I'm going to ask ChatGPT what would it say the price range is for this app. Oh, good. Here it is right here. Now, if this thing is accurate, man, that is crazy. You'll be able to build this app in Replit, avoiding that cost. Excellent, thanks. I'm going to paste a PRD in here. And based on what you just told me, I want you to give me a estimate for this app. So tell me when to paste this PRD. So what you're witnessing is just part of the work that's going into putting this app together. Uh, I've been working on this all since last week, since I got back. Which, I mean, in the scope of things and context, you're only talking about Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 days. So, perfect. Go ahead. Again, notice how I'm not just, I could have dropped this in here with it, and it may very well have turned out fine, but to segment things and go step by step it makes for a much clearer interchange, more effective communication, easier to extrapolate the return you get from the information. You ask too many things at one time, then you have project scope, well, not creep. You have creep, you know, responses might bleed together. Things are not necessarily processed through effectively. And if you isolate them and do one thing at a time, then you're more likely to just get a more thorough response based on that specific thing. It's just like trying to focus on too many things at one time, then you end up compromising the integrity of focus that you place on any one thing, and thereby, you may not necessarily get the best quality from either of the things that you're working on because you're just doing a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. Great. I review your PRD thoroughly, and here is a professional level estimate based on typical SaaS MVP development patterns, optimized for a low code hybrid stack like Replit, Superbase, third party APIs. So I'm not really necessarily talking about using it for Replit or Superbase, but going to a traditional developer to get it done. But that is a good point because nowadays the person may very well use Replit or Superbase in order to run this. If I do it, that's what I'll be using. So maybe the amount that I charge should not be necessarily based on the old school estimates, but taking into account that I have a little assistance from a third party source, which is the no code. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, wow. It does get up there. Oh, okay. Here we go. Solo offshore, Fiverr 3 to 4. Small offshore 5 to 7. US based freelancer 11 to 16. Wow. Replit is not far off. US agency premium SaaS developer. I guess that's what it's going for. Mm-hmm. Cost savings suggestions. Use OpenAI for AI training, content generation to reduce writing time. Leverage pre-built templates, Replit. Use Zapier or Make. Start with web app MVP. Add true mobile deployment later. Expo or Flutter Flow. Focus early versions on domain valuation plus basic training only. Defer app generation if needed. PRD is very solid, clear, non-technical, and dev-friendly. It outlines use case, target user, main flow, smart default, deployment stack, roles and responsibilities. You ready to hand this to a developer or team with confidence? Want me to convert this estimate into a downloadable PDF summary or contractor brief? No, I just want to see where we are. Okay, so now I wanted to make sure one more thing. Are these figures based on July 2025? Just want to make sure we're not stuck in October 2024. It's going to say why yes. I've done this. I've done the research to make sure I'm using up-to-date information in order to give you this response. You're right to ask. I've made sure that these are up-to-date figures. Watch. Great question. 57 minutes. This video is about to come to a close. Amen. I need to take a walk with this. Yes, these figures are current as of August 2025. Alrighty now. Thank you. It just went back and checked. You see how long it's up? Recent market trends in dev pricing, offshore and US based, current AI integration costs, OpenAI, typical Replit compatible developer rates, what freelance platforms like. I need to go put up some ads then. Increasing availability of low code, no code builders, which continues to lower MVP costs. So, no worries, you're not working with outdated October 2024 price and you're synced with the current state of the market. Well, now this is very good. You see why I'm telling you guys that you need to join me on this 100 million challenge because we need to you get very good at being able to fulfill on some of these app requests. Earn a little money here. What do you think? All right, so anyway, oh, that's PRD. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell Replit how to estimate the cost to complete an app. I'm going to give them this specifically. You know, it's going to derive. There's a tricky part. Oh, or use shortcut estimates. Oh, that's a shortcut estimate. That's in Replit is right in the middle. 35 to 100. This is 50. Oh, but anyway, here's a prompt you can use to generate a cost breakdown. Based on this PRD, give me an estimate cost. Oh, yeah, that was a question I was going to say. Well, yeah, you say you can turn this into a cost estimator or Replit tool. You know, there is something to be said about simplicity, though, but I'm just going to add this functionality to this for one. Uh, how to estimate the cost to complete an app. All right, now back to Replit. Wait, what you doing over here, Replit? Oh, remember it paused when I went to check this thing. So now let me see what else is saying. Yeah, I did test it. Oh, wait. I don't know why it paused. I did. It's lovely. I need to stop talking like that. Like, what does lovely mean? It's lovely. Did it work right or it didn't? Well, lovely means it did. But this is AI. I know y'all think it's alive and equal to human, but it's not. So it doesn't have any idea what. I ain't gonna say it doesn't have any idea. It can extrapolate, but when communicating with AI, it's probably makes better sense to be more accurate with your wording than playful and cute. It's well done. That's a steak. It's done well. It came out very nice. It came out very good. Came is a verb. I should use well, not good. Who cares? I did already. Came out very good. Now, I want to know how you come up with the estimates. Is it based on information used in the PRD? We don't want inflated prices. We want accurate. However, price ranges. Price ranges. Um, Let me see what this looks like again. Yeah, this is actually good. It's at the bottom end of what GPT has said is normal for this exact same app. Um, by a what? Oh my goodness. By a U.S. agency. 18 to 27. Replit said 20 to 35. It's a little bit higher. I think this is fine because we don't want it to be overwhelming. Uh, Let me just ask it and see what it says. I'm going to say just asking to make sure. I don't want it to feel pressured to lower the prices. I wanted to know I'm making sure that you're using information and data in order to come with the prices. User choice. Let me examine how the cost estimates are calculated in the AI analysis system. Actual cost estimation logic to understand how prices are calculated. Perfect. Now I can see exactly how the pricing. Okay. Determine. Okay. Yeah, it's using a process. Estimates are not inflated. They are based on industry standard hourly rates, realistic development timelines, actual feature complexity assessment, current market conditions. All right, great. This means when someone gets a quote for 5 to 12,000, that's what it will realistically cost to build that app with a professional development team. The system is designed to be trustworthy and accurate, not to inflate the price. Wonderful. You saw it here first. Good job, Replit. I'm happy to uh, promote you. Promote your service. I don't even know. Like, did the AI know that it's representing Replit? You have it with boutique apps and the price and accuracy. See, it's talking about. All right. So anyway, reflect the successful completion of the PRD system. By the way, all this unnecessary going back and forth, you're burning up tokens. So perfect. Boutique apps is now. No, it's not complete. We're not finished. You build something genuinely valuable that bridges the gap between business ideas and technical implementation. The combination of accurate pricing, professional PRDs, and user-friendly design that makes it a powerful tool for entrepreneurs and businesses looking to explore app development. Thanks for the opportunity to work in this project. It's been great building something. This is why y'all think it's, you know. But anyway, we're not finished, man. All right. So, okay. So now, and by the way, you don't want to type in okay. So now, but you can. Oh, let me ask this. Well, let me ask GPT this actually. So, okay, on boutique apps, talk to me about the costs and complexity of enabling voice in order to describe your app idea instead of having to type it in. What does it look like to integrate voice into this app and use that instead of typing? Let's say you got 100 users with 200 ideas taking 5 minutes each to submit their idea. What does that look like? And I guess voice would only be, let's see, only be used to describe the app because that's the most texting you have to do. You can answer the questions with your mouth. Pause. But it ain't that much more to go ahead and make it all the way around. So. I want to say 100 users doing 100 apps, 5 minutes each. This is not instead of typing. It's a great upgrade, especially for your non-tech audience. It lowers friction, increases accessibility, and makes the process more seamless and less tedious and quicker for them. Okay. Is it going to rain or it's not going to rain? It is now almost 6 o'clock. Today is Monday. I need to go up here to the Dollar General. Give me some razor blades. I'm going to do it until it returns a response. Chapstick, too. That's what I need, chapstick. All of these to the left are actually app ideas. Well, most of them. Some of them, I mean, they obviously started as GPT, custom GPTs, but I'm still processing. A 100 users, 2 ideas. I said one, but great. That's what I was thinking. I should have said more than. So that's 1,000 minutes, $6. That's great. Now the question is, oh, 10,000 minutes, $60. So how much are they paying? 100 users? Okay. So let's say half of them are $5, and half of them are the $9, which means they're only paying $1. Assembly AI, Deep Gram, Google Speech to Text. Man. Oh, Whisper AI. Yeah, of course. Duh. Oh, let's see. Excellent transcription, multi-language, server side, and stored transcripts. Production level, high accuracy. You can summarize transcript idea with GPT immediately. Extra features beyond basic. Nah, we don't need that. On the front end, a button for record. I mean, I already put it in a translation app, so ain't that bad. Upload audio. Nah, we ain't doing no uploading. Endpoint receive, Whisper AI, Transcribe the text, clean, send the GPT PRD generation. User submission, sample cost calculation. 100 users, 2 ideas, 5 minutes, 1,000 minutes audio, $6. No, not expensive. As long as it doesn't mess it up and making it happen, we good. We Gucci, as they say. Start with Whisper. Start with Whisper. Add a fallback. Can't record. Type the idea instead. Optional. Offer both. Upload, record audio and live recording in browser. In browser. Man, yeah, it is affordable. All right, great. Thanks. Great. Thanks. Oh, let me ask you this. The same API key that I already put is what would be needed for Whisper, right? Or is it a separate API? I think it's the same one, right? Because, hey, if that's the case, I'm implementing it today. Man, I gotta, you know, y'all don't understand. I act silly and goofy like this all the time when I'm by myself, but I gotta get used to doing all these long recordings. I gotta get used to being in front of the camera because I still be acting like I'm in the room by myself. You're exactly right. Whisper uses the same OpenAI API key that you're already using for the GPT and boutique apps. No separate key is needed. So let's go. Mm-mm-mm. All right, I ain't even gotta wait for another response. So, 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 what I want to do first though is okay. So we need a what do you call this thing? We need a um what do you call this thing? Thing that and I could look it up in GPT. What I'm doing is to show you that listen, everybody qualifies. I don't even know the word to use, but they'll know what I'm talking about. Let's watch and see. You probably know what I'm talking about. I don't know the name of it though. We need a thing to show the user that processing is being done. When I click on get my app app quote and get the analysis, etc. In other words, when I click anything that takes a little time to see the response, I sometimes wonder if I activated the button. I shouldn't have to wonder. Something should show the user that it has been activated and um, and what and well I can mean it has been activated and give an idea of how much longer it will be to see a response or result. However you want to do that, I don't care what method you use. Let me just add this. I know it makes sense, but I'm gonna add it. Just want to show you how you can. Does that make sense? Because there may be times where the thing that you're trying to ask, inquire, communicate about is more convoluted or less common, and it really might not know what in the world you're saying. So you do want to ask, and especially in those types of situations. But here, like I said, it's going to know what I'm talking about. Absolutely, that's a crucial User interface improvement. Users need clear feedback when they click a button, especially for actions that take 10 to 20 seconds to complete. Let me add proper loading states with progress indicators. That's what I was trying to. Progress indicator and time estimates. You don't necessarily need a time estimate, more like a countdown or whatever. Not a time estimate, but saying even if it counts up, you're like, yo. But time estimate, I guess it means we're gonna making a guess of how long it will take, and we're gonna go from the we're gonna count down so that when it gets to zero, hopefully we'll be delivering results, which would be ideal. Now we did the open graph, we did the metadata graph. Let's see. I think after this, I'm going to. Oh, we need to remove this message. You know what I want? I want an on-off switch for charging. Actually, let me ask Replit, can I do this? Can I assign a discount amount from within the admin, or does that have to be done in, broke it? Does that have to be done in Stripe? But I would think I have the Stripe API, so it communicates with Stripe. So I should be able to build something within the admin dashboard that enables me to do that without going into Stripe. These are the reasons that APIs are so powerful, and this is how you have apps able to do these miraculous things. It's because they're able to communicate um, to a degree. Different APIs are set up to allow certain levels of communication. That's why some things like Google have all these different APIs for different things, not one API is for everything. It all depends on what what it is you're dealing with. That makes sense? I need to fix the JSX structure error. I might have should have. Okay, so let me explain this too, since we're here. Man, you guys getting a lot of. I ain't even recording. Oh, I done went so far. That's why I be stopping. It's a minute and 23. So what was I gonna say? I have no idea what I was about to say. It was gonna be heavy too. It was gonna be a big deal. I mean, this was gonna be life changing. This was going to be whew, golden. But can't remember what it was, so sorry. Let's see if I can read up here and get an idea what it was. Oh, I know what it was. You will have to determine at various stages where you want to pause for a minute in order to deploy, see this? Deploy the latest version of your apps. So like if you know you at a good place, I like how it's working, I like the functionality, I like where we at, then it's a good, and especially if you're about to do something crazy. All right, that's extreme. If you're about to make a huge improvement or a big change, like especially if it's something that's site wide or part of the structure, put it this way. Let's put it this way. The more significant the changes that you are about to make, the more sense it makes for you to redeploy the updated version of your app before you go forward with that. Does that make sense? And so, as soon as it finished doing what it's doing, I'll actually test it first. Agent is ready. When it says agent is ready, it's done. Doing what it was doing. Well, good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Okay, Replit, let's go. Let's go test it out then. Let me just make sure. Let me refresh this first, which is done already. But I don't know, call it OCD, I guess you could. Now, the question I have, do you guys want, oh, do you want this saved in the system? Do you want user accounts? Or, oh, I'm actually already generated out. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't see anything there. Let's see here. I mean, you got something right here, but you can easily miss that. Well, I guess you're not going to miss it right there, but I don't know where it's actually made this change at. That's quick. Oh, right there. So we don't even need nothing right there. Need nothing. But this, oh, this part, it's not telling us anything. All right, so this is what you want to do. Wait, how did you do that already? Oh, when I click this button, when I click this button is when this is needed most. When I click these buttons is when I need to see the progress count down or spinner or something. I get nothing. And it's the longest wait. But you see, taking a screenshot along with directions eliminates the miscommunication, and it goes, it's very, it can't be misconstrued. Like, it could assume I'm talking about different areas and different parts of the functionality and different buttons. But when I say, hey, I'm talking about these two right here, narrows it down to those two, right? Should have done that the first time, but I did not, obviously. So we're at an hour and 29 minutes. After it fixes this one, you guys, I mean, I'm sure you might want to see me implement audio, but you know what? I ain't even gonna do that right now, so I will wait and record. I will record that variance. Holy moly, it's 6:30. But it'll be on another video. This is a lot of stuff to upload. And I ain't gonna click on it because I might mess it up. Now I need to update the handle path select. So let me show you the other app that's kind of related to this. Me and the dev worked on this. I kind of started it. He finished her up and polished her up, and you can see the difference in the appearance. Now, I may do this. No, I'll do that on the, okay, yeah, because the other video would be short just doing that. I'm still logged in. So you can go here if you got a startup idea and you want AI feedback, then join thousands of entrepreneurs validating their ideas or cutting. This hadn't been thousands of entrepreneurs yet. It put that script, that line up in there. I guess evidently everybody does it because I said nothing like this and it did it on its own. By the way, this is actually an app that I'm working on as well. I'm not too high in the rating here, but oh, so let me tell you how this works while we waiting on that. You submit your ideas. AI is going to judge it and it's going to give you feedback. Now, when you submit it, you have the ability to click a button and make your app available to people who might be interested in investing in your idea. You also are competing with other people who are submitting ideas to be on the leaderboard. And the best 10 ideas are going to be featured right here. Now, if your idea is not selected to be one of the best 10 out of the week, you can also pay to have it featured on top of the best 10. So there's that. And then you can submit ideas. You can get AI powered analysis. You get one with the submission, but you can pay for continuous chat as you improve your idea. Let me show you what it looks like. So here's mine. Now I need to go. This needs to be edited because this is redundant. You don't need to say this twice. That's currently what's happening. But this is the AI powered assessment. But you see, I can go quick assessment. I can go back and forth with this to discuss this and get help on how to carry out any suggestions that it make. Quick assessment. Quick assessment. It's not giving me the basic evaluation. It's not giving me the opportunity to upgrade from here. That's a missed opportunity. Because if you see the quick assessment, you might say, yeah, let me go see what the thorough assessment is. So I got to make that change as well. But you can go over there and play with it. It's free for you to use right now. That's what I want you guys to do is to give me some feedback on how it could be improved. What would you like to see different? Oh, we're not. What would you like to see differently happen? Agent is ready. Let's test it real quick. I'm gonna copy this. Oh, really? I don't even need that though, because I'm just checking to see if the spinner is there or some type of. Oh, I need to tell it about that. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, this is. Oh, that's not the button I needed. This is. Oh man, I messed up already. This is the button. Why y'all didn't tell me, man? This is the button I meant to say. I needed to tell it about this screen anyway. But all right, so this is the button. Let's see. And I didn't tell it about this button, so this button has not been addressed. You see how you click it and you don't know anything? You're just waiting. It's like, okay, there we go. Oh man, I apologize, Replit. I still don't see what it did though. My apologies. I gave you the wrong screen shot. This one is the correct one that takes the longest and need that progress signal. Now, for best practice, you would do one thing at a time. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that because what I was about to tell it to do, and since you're there, I want it so that when you touch off of the screen, it doesn't deactivate. The only way to close the screen is to click on the X to close the screen. I don't want to be able to click out here and close the screen because it's too easily to close the screen prematurely, and the person could get frustrated. Because in a mild way, I myself get frustrated when that screen all of a sudden disappears. Man, I'm in the middle of an elaborate description of my app. Fat fingers, move the mouse, click off the uh, window by accident, and vamoose. All of a sudden, I'm finito prematurely. I can see that there are several buttons in the quote model, and the most of them already have proper loading states implemented. Let me also check if there's another button that needs loading states. The generate AI quote preview button from the app summary step. Ah, perfect. I can see that the loading states are already working for most buttons. Yes, it is. Certainly is. Let me test this by demonstrating the complete solution. Restart and start. Restart it. Start application. 1 hour and 37 minutes in, and we're almost done for this video. I'm so anxious to tell it about this mic, but I'm going to wait till you guys are back. Agent is ready to test. Let's do it. Let's go out here. Let's copy the text. Okay, let's get hype. Let's go social media. There we go, a little progress thing. Huge. It's a huge progress bar now. Just joking. It's a progress bar nonetheless. Better than nothing. Gives you a visual. We got one there already. Okay, great. Now, what else do we want to tell it? Okay, this is very simple. Great. Thanks. Can you make boutique apps? Oh, I forgot about the admin stuff. A clickable and hyperlinked to boo. What is it? Boutiqueapps.com. Of course. Thanks. Now, what does our usage look like now, man? Oh, boo, 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 boo. That function is a proper brand link. That's right. All right, y'all. So, oh, well, let me show you how to slow down, boy. Checkpoint. These checkpoints are at strategically placed time frames during the development process. So, anytime you're making substantial changes, and I guess sometimes even small changes. So it appears to be small from the observer. Maybe it's a big thing. But if something happens in your code break, your app breaks, and it can't be fixed, then you simply click here to roll it back to that point, to these different checkpoints. And guess what? Voila. Theoretically, everything back up to this point is erased, and you have a clean slate back up to this point. Hopefully it was working fine at that point and you good. Beautiful thing. So anyway, right now we're going to redeploy this out. It seems to be everything we've always wanted in an app that will help you to come up with, wait a minute. Yeah, will help you come up with ideas for what how you can use an app in your business, or how to create an app that you have an idea for, how to create an app that you have an idea for, and what that app would cost. Should you go out in the open market? You click redeploy, you can see this is deploying a new version, and here you can see the different versions that have been deployed 1 day ago, 1 day ago, 1 day ago. You mean it's the only one today? Is that right? Here, okay. This is the Replit domain. This is the actual domain that is used because we've gone here and set this domain up over here at the registrar. In my case, that is Cloudflare. So that's how you get the domain pointing back to. I didn't mean to do that. Man, I've been messing around and broke something. Jeez Louise. Just by clicking away? Oh man, oh man, y'all, I done messed up. Well, hey, the good thing is, guess what? I have a recent checkpoint. Well, let's see. Socket close with event. Jeez Louise, I did that before a long time ago. I forgot. Clicking away when it's deploying. You shouldn't do that. Southside category, okay. Let me ask the Replit. Let me see what Replit says. Oh, Replit is pause. Let's see what Replit says. Let me see if I can ask it. First of all, let me see if it's got anything to say at this point. Man, I think the thing done stopped on its own. I ain't even. Oh, there it is. Hour and 43 minutes now. Keep saying I'm going to end it. I ain't ended. Agent is ready. Okay. I was redeploying and clicked away. Now it says error, not redeploy. Did I break anything? By the way, I mean, as you can tell, I'm not an expert at this. So, again, you can go along with me on this challenge and you'll be just fine. It's perfect. There's not a huge gap between where I am and where you are. Good news, your application is running fine. The API is responding correctly. Eh, I have created a few apps. I am not about to try to show you right now. But you see the questions that I'm asking and the things that I'm doing and the situations that I find myself in that I'm not an expert yet. I've had some experience going back and forth. I see the TypeScript issues. The admin user status typed as null initially, but we're trying to set it to object. Man, do you understand what I just said? I just said, your deployment issue was likely just a temporary hiccup, or you may have clicked. That's what I said. I thought I said it. I clicked away. Agent is ready. Yes, I clicked away. So what do I need to do? Refresh and I'll get the redeploy button again. Cause like even with this, I could just click refresh and see what happens. But I'm like, man, I don't want to break nothing. I don't want to break nothing further. So I'm asking before I even refresh it. This is where you refresh it at. See, it's a refresh page. And this is what I want to return back to redeploy, but it still says error. So I'm like, nah. It says just refresh the page and you'll get your redeploy thing back again. I don't see it yet, but I probably can go here. That's still saying error too. Let me show it. Hit that deploy button and then I don't get the deploy button. Still showing error. Hey y'all, is this better than TV or boring? By the way, I'm going to just have to say this. You're not going to learn a lot. You're doing some good programming for your brain because you run across these different things when you're actually up in the weeds and you're messing with this thing. But the only way to really get your feet wet and your hands wet is to actually create the account and start actually working on the app. Like I said, if you get an idea, just put it through here. You're gonna have free access for a while anyway. I mean, it costs a little something to run this thing, so it won't be free forever. And I shouldn't be encouraging everybody to do it, but because the people, I do want the people who are actually going to get in the challenge to be able to do it. Yeah, hey, how about a little how you call it? A little honor system. If you're getting in the challenge, go ahead on. If you're not getting in the challenge, don't use it right now because it's free right now. How about that? Can I trust you guys? Uh, Deployment system just needs a moment to reset. This is a common occurrence and doesn't indicate any problem with your app. Okay. Temporary Replit infrastructure issue that sometimes happen during deployment. App code is perfect. I can see it's running in line. Okay. In that case, I'm about to end it because I'm out of here. Maybe it'll be ready when I come back. Connecting. All right, y'all. I'm out of here.